is Jacqueline Vance, and my Cool Tool video is on a particular VR app called Human Anatomy VR, published by Virtual Medicine. This is an app that we can access at school on our Oculus Quest goggles. So my video is a little different because I had to share the video from my VR goggles. So as you can see here, I just opened up my app right here, and it brings me into this room. So in this room, I have access to all of the body systems. This is amazing in that in anatomy, there's obviously a lot of identifying structures. It is very difficult to do on a 2D image. That is what we've done in the past because that is the best that we can do. However, this will actually allow students to manipulate these body systems so that they can see all of the smallest structures. So as you can see here, I'm pulling out the skull from the skeletal system. I can actually dissect it right there on the screen using my remotes in my hand. So I'm actually doing this and manipulating this. So over here, I have a description of it and the Latin name, and I can switch back and forth from those. And the coolest part is now that I have that, I can dissect it even further and unfold it. So now I can see the frontal bone, the parietal bones, the occipital bones, which those are more easily identifiable on a 2D image. But this is where it gets really neat. So all of these images here, students often struggle with because they can't visualize it as well. So now I can pull from this the sphenoid and the ethmoid, which are kind of up inside there, the vomer, the lacrimal, and the lacrimal bones are very small. But because of this, I can now show students what it looks like. And the whole time over here, I'm getting a description of that. This is an app in progress. Most of it is finished. I have found a couple of missing descriptions, but almost all of it is there. Here's the muscular system, and again, I can remove that, or I can go here and remove the layers to see the deepest of layers. So I can move the most superficial layer at a time to get to the very deepest layers, and then put them back up and build them and show students how they're layered together. And all of the body systems are found here. This is great addition to any class so that as we go through these systems, students can then take turns and stations and view these body parts. And I can go back and forth from male and female as well for any structures that are different there. At the beginning, it showed the difference in the female and male hip bones. And there I am. I took the pericardium off the heart, and I'm dissecting the heart right there. So unfolding it, and I can see all of the structures. This is a way more affordable option than trying to buy dissection organisms every year, which we still do, but we can't afford to buy all of them. And obviously, we're not going to be able to get human cadavers to use in the high school anatomy room. So what we do have are animal species that aren't entirely similar or alike. I mean, there are similarities there. So any of the body systems, they're right there. It also has an ant mode where it makes you really small and makes the body model much larger than you. There are movement sections that show like extension and flexion and all of that. And also special features, which is what's going on right here. So things that aren't necessarily part, or they are part of a system, but to actually see a much larger version of it. So this is what we're going over in class right now. So I can see the layers of the skin, see where the hair follicles all go down in there. I can see all of the glands and their location, and the whole time I'm getting a description over here that I can read through.